Gujarat Titans' aspirations to qualify in the top two were handed a major blow today. They lost by 33 runs to Lucknow Super Giants. There was a century by Mitchell Marsh that really laid the foundation for LSG's sixth win of this season. I'm Abhishek. I have with me Dhruva Prasad. Welcome to another episode of Matchpoint Paradox, where we try to see what GT now needs to do to sort of assure itself of that top two finish. Obviously, with the loss today, RCB and Punjab Kings are better placed with 2 games in hand to make it to the top two. But yeah, just take us through that run chase, Dhruva.
Yeah, I mean, it was something that every Gujarat fan would have feared since Butler is not going to be there for the playoffs. It was always going to be a matter of when the top 3 doesn't fire together on a day, and that today was probably the first time in the tournament that the top 3 were all dismissed within the first 10 overs. And even though they all got starts and Gujarat still had 90 odd in the first 10 overs, looking at how they had to chase 236, that was never going to be enough. And it again brings into focus the lack of depth in Gujarat's batting lineup. You have only till number 5 you have recognized batters, and after that it's Rahul Tewatia and Arshad Khan and then Rashid Khan, who are not your specialist batters as such. So obviously lack of game time with the bat in this season, and also a lack of pedigree, maybe you could say, in the middle order will definitely hurt Gujarat. And Kusal Mendes is said to be the replacement for Butler in the playoffs, but again he's not your most explosive batter, or he's not really played in the IPL a lot to make an impact, so we'll have to see that.
Yeah, and it was actually quite contrasting as to how LSG went about their business. Gujarat Titans got off to an explosive start, whereas LSG had some 37 runs in the first 5 overs. But again, they go for quantity over quality once again. This was the 5th time Markram and Marsh added 50 runs in the power, for the opening wicket. And again, from there, Nicholas Pooran in the initial stages of the tournament had been really explosive in getting those runs, and he found some of that form today again with the 50. But it was a one-man show in Mitch Marsh, who took the innings from the start to the finish. Obviously, Arshad Khan got him out eventually for 117 runs, but Mitchell Marsh today became the 11th Australian to score a century in the IPL, and as you interestingly pointed out, him and Shaun Marsh become the first pair of brothers to score centuries in the IPL. But now I'll actually come to how they finished at the death as well. After Mitch Marsh got out, you had some interesting stats.
Yeah, so Lucknow has been the worst performing team with the bat at the death overs. They've lost the most number of wickets. They have the worst batting average, just 16, and that's the second worst run rate in the last 5 overs. And that really goes to show how they haven't been able to capitalize on what the openers have given them. And today was just the opposite. We saw Nicholas Pooran bat through the middle overs and then accelerate at the death. As much like the sample size wasn't big, but even Rishabh Pant got going. He got 2 sixes, which in the context of the tournament is quite an achievement. So they got 75 runs in the last 5 overs. And obviously, as much as the lack of coming to Gujarat, as much as the lack of a middle order might hurt them, you also get to see that the bowlers seem a bit rusty.
Yeah.
Rabada is coming off a break. He was only part of the team in the initial matches. Rashid Khan is not really having a great tournament, and he was belted by Mitchell Marsh today for 20 odd runs. Kept pitching the ball short. Siraj has not been as impressive as he was in the beginning of the tournament. So that's the bowling department also is something that Gujarat will have to keep an eye on in the playoffs.
That was all from this game. On Friday, we have RCB playing SRH. This was obviously a fixture that was supposed to happen at the Channaswamy, and there was a big farewell, big tribute planned for Virat Kohli, which was obviously postponed from the previous home match. It couldn't happen because of rain. and then eventually this was moved to Lucknow because of inclement weather. RCB, as I mentioned earlier, will have the chance to go to the top of the points table. They have 17 points, another win, and they go to 19 points. Sunrisers Hyderabad will be playing their last game, and what better way to finish off the tournament with a win. For all the latest updates from that match, you can as always tune into Sportstar.